You have likely spent hundreds of hours in the gym or in your kitchen trying to solve the deep mystery of where your body fat actually goes when it disappears from your frame. The common answer that we often receive from personal trainers and medical doctors and even health experts is that fat is simply turned into energy or heat. Some people even believe that fat can be converted into muscle, while others assume that it somehow leaves the body through sweat or through the bathroom on a daily basis. However, the law of physics and the conservation of mass tell us a completely different story. Atoms do not just vanish into thin air without leaving a physical trace that can be measured by scientists. A groundbreaking study that was published in the British Medical Journal has revealed a reality that is far more surprising and incredibly profound for our understanding of the human body. This research was led by a physicist named Reuben Meerman and a professor from the University of New South Wales named Andrew Brown. Their work shows that the vast majority of our body fat is actually exhaled through our lungs as a colorless gas known as carbon dioxide. This finding completely changes the way that we look at our individual metabolism and the primary role of the respiratory system in the journey of weight loss. If you want to understand the true biological secret behind how fat exits the human body and why your lungs are actually your primary organ for fat removal, pay very close attention to the scientific data we are going to explore today. To understand the location of where fat goes, we must first look at the unique work of Reuben Meerman, who served as the lead author of this study. Meerman became personally interested in this subject after he lost a significant amount of weight and realized that almost nobody could give him a clear and scientifically accurate answer about where those kilograms had physically gone. As a physicist, he knew that the matter must go somewhere because energy alone cannot account for the total mass of the atoms. He applied the fundamental law of conservation of mass to the human body, which states that atoms cannot be created or destroyed, but can only be rearranged into different molecules. He discovered that when body fat, which is technically stored in our special cells as molecules called triglycerides, is broken down, it does not just evaporate. Instead, it undergoes a complex chemical reaction involving oxygen that happens deep inside your cells at every minute of the day. The chemical formula for a typical fat molecule reveals exactly what is happening under the surface. When you want to lose weight, your body must break down these triglycerides into their three basic components, which are carbon and hydrogen and oxygen. To lose 10 kilograms of fat, a person must inhale exactly 29 kilograms of oxygen through their nose and lungs. This chemical reaction results in the production of 28 kilograms of carbon dioxide and 11 kilograms of water. Through their meticulous calculations, Andrew Brown and Reuben Meerman discovered that exactly 84% of the mass of the fat being broken down is converted into carbon dioxide. This gas enters the bloodstream and is transported to your lungs, where it is exhaled and released into the atmosphere during your normal breathing. The remaining 16% of the fat mass is converted into water, which leaves your body through your urine or your sweat or your tears and other bodily fluids. This scientific data reveals that the lungs are the absolute primary excretory organ for your daily weight loss. This means that nearly every single kilogram of fat you lose during your fitness journey exits your body through your mouth and your nose as you breathe. It is a remarkable concept that a gas we produce naturally is actually the physical remains of the fat we have worked so hard to burn in the gym. Many people find it difficult to believe that we literally breathe out our weight, but the mathematical reality of the carbon atoms is undeniable. Every time you exhale a breath, you are releasing atoms that were once part of your physical body mass. However, this does not mean that you can simply sit on your couch and breathe heavily in order to lose weight without effort. This is a very common and dangerous misconception that both Andrew Brown and Reuben Meerman want to clarify immediately for the general public. Trying to lose weight by consciously breathing more at a faster rate or hyperventilating will not work and can actually be dangerous for your health. If you breathe more than your body requires for its current metabolic rate, you will experience a condition where you lose too much carbon dioxide from your blood, which can lead to dizziness and tingling and even fainting. The amount of carbon dioxide your body produces is directly tied to your internal metabolic activity and the demand for energy. This means that the only legitimate way to increase the amount of fat you are breathing out is to increase the amount of physical work your muscles are doing. Physical activity like walking or running or cycling increases your metabolic rate and forces your body to produce more carbon dioxide as it breaks down fuel for energy. The more you move your body, the more carbon your system needs to process, and the more fat you will eventually exhale as a result of that movement. During a typical day of rest, a person who weighs about 75 kilograms will exhale approximately 200 grams of carbon at rest. This happens through the normal and automatic process of staying alive and keeping your vital organs functioning. However, even a light amount of activity can significantly increase this number and speed up the total process. For example, if you go for a brisk walk, you can triple your metabolic rate, and thus you triple the amount of carbon you are exhaling out of your system. Replacing just 1 hour of sitting with a light form of movement can significantly boost the amount of fat being processed and removed through your breath. This provides a very clear and biological reason why consistent movement is the most effective and necessary tool for your long-term weight management and total health. The researchers also pointed out that our modern society is often focused on the wrong technical things when it comes to the loss of fat. We are told by advertisements and social media to focus on sweat or heat, but those are merely secondary effects of the underlying metabolic process. Sweat is merely a way for your body to regulate its internal temperature while it is working hard to produce that carbon dioxide through cellular respiration. The true miracle of weight loss is the carbon cycle of the human body. You take in carbon atoms when you eat your food, and you release those same carbon atoms through your breath when your body uses that food for energy. If you take in more carbon atoms through eating than you release through breathing, those extra atoms are stored in your fat cells for later use by the body. Understanding this process can help every individual become much more mindful of their metabolic health. It illustrates that weight loss is a slow and steady chemical reaction that requires patience rather than a sudden or magic event. It also reinforces the idea that there are no shortcuts to changing your physical body mass. You must physically move your body to create the internal demand for more oxygen and the production of more carbon dioxide. By focusing on the scientific reality of how fat leaves the body through the lungs, you can ignore the many myths and false promises that are often found in the modern fitness industry. The next time you are finishing a difficult workout and find yourself breathing heavily, you can take comfort in the fact that you are literally watching the fat leave your system with every single breath you take. If you found this analysis of how fat leaves the body through your breath valuable, then you are in the right place for accurate health information. We spend hundreds of hours analyzing scientific research so that you can have the facts you need to truly understand your own biology. Our goal is to empower you with the knowledge to make smart decisions for your health and your long-term longevity. To make sure you never miss another deep dive into the hidden secrets of the human body and the science of metabolism, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Your support allows us to continue providing clear and science-based information to everyone in this growing and global community. I want to hear from you in the comments today regarding this scientific discovery. Did you know that 84% of your fat loss happens through your lungs? Or did you always believe it was primarily through sweat and heat? Sharing your unique perspective helps us all learn and grow together in our individual health journeys. Thank you for watching and for making your physical well-being a top priority today. Stay vigilant and stay informed, and keep moving toward your wellness goals one breath at a time.